Well, we're live from the tablecloth. I'm your host, Pete, and co-host.
Just some asshole that's on here every once in a while.
Just some asshole that's on here every once in a while. You call him asshole, that's his last name.
Asshole.
If Kevin was watching.
And we also have
Swift Jesus.
Swift Jesus. That always cracks me up. Anyway, today we are going to talk about Anvil, M.O.D for the USA, album Swift and I reviewed. Mr. Asshole knows the album, so we're doing a re-review, 1987, M.O.D for the USA. I loved it. I love it again. I still love it. It's a fun fucking album. What did you think?
I thought it was good. Like I said, it definitely had a lot of funny elements.
A lot of funny. Yeah.
That was Billy Milano, right?
Yeah.
From S.O.D.
Fucking don't feed the fucking bears.
Yeah, the fucking
don't
song
feed the
made me
fucking
laugh.
bears.
But like I said, you said it was a precursor, but it was just like Green Jelly with fucking Three Little Pigs. It was just funny punk thrash.
Yeah.
Crossover.
Yeah. Bubble butt.
Yeah.
Bubble butt. Yeah, no, I love that fucking. Well, basically, not everything on it was great. Most of it was mostly funny,
Yeah.
But there were some good songs on there.
Great guitar.
Great guitar. Good old fashioned, like heavy metal. I don't know. They have a real punk sound, but it was,
Was Scotty in with M.O.D? I know he was with S.O.D.
I don't believe so. Let me check. I should have done a little more homework on M.O.D, but
I'm just trying to jog my memory. I know he was with S.O.D. Him and Billy Milano.
right. Method of Destruction. M.O.D. What the fuck? American thrash band, New York City, frontman, fronted by the Stormtroopers to death. Billy Milano. He wasn't there in 97 to 2001. It continued the Pan musical Anthrax, Stormtroopers to death, Nuclear Assault. Yes, forgot. But first 4 albums. Let's see. Who the fucking where are the band? Who was in the fucking band? There we go. Billy, Rob Moschetti, Michael Arlando, and Jason French. Former, we have Tim McCure, Louis Vick, Sean Kaleni, Tom Kimchuk. Jesus. With the fucking names, man. John Persketta, Joe Young, Joe Alfie, Bernard Langdorf. No, that's it. No. So no Scott in. I didn't think so, but yeah. I loved it. M.O.D for the USA. What did you think of it when
I haven't really listened to much of M.O.D.
No,
I know
M.O.D.
S.O.D., but...
Yeah, it's fucking good shit. But I give it, let's see, Broken Horn. 1 and a broken.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. That would be more like a 7.
Yeah.
A 7 out of 10.
Other than it, being, funny, spoofy,
Yeah.
funny songs.
Not every song was great, but
the guitar, like I said, was really good. It was definitely
drums are good.
Classic heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy
Thrash and speed.
Yeah.
Punk. There's a lot they covered.
Yeah.
So I recommend listen to M.O.D for the USA, 1987. Actually, I recommend listen to M.O.D, S.O.D, Anthrax.
All the East Coast, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
thrash, crossover.
Yeah, a lot of thrash, New York style.
Hardcore, yeah. Hardcore punk.
But it's all good shit, man. Now, with that being said, we got Anvil news.
I just heard from a fella at work that Anvil's releasing a documentary. I guess we can confirm that with the handy dandy laptop there.
Anvil documentary. Look at that
There's
shit.
a 2008 one.
Anvil, watch the Anvil story. Anvil Prime Video, Amazon. August 30th to. Well, no shit.
Oh, so okay, so it's
They
already
did get a
been released.
theatrical release.
Oh, this
Re-release
September.
this September. So it was originally the 2008 documentary will be released at 200 theaters. So they've already done a documentary, but the 2008 documentary is going to be re-released
Oh,
in
okay.
separate.
Yeah, I didn't know all the details.
September.
Okay.
Yeah, this is September, isn't it?
Mhm.
I keep thinking it's August.
Yeah, it's late
You know,
September.
well, because I'm reading shit and it says
Yeah,
August.
Home Depot and Lowe's got all the
Yeah.
Halloween and Christmas shit out already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the nuttiest shit too. Is the fucking Christmas shit sitting out there and everywhere.
Calm down, tinsel tits. It ain't even
Yeah.
October.
Yeah, it's only October. It's
Not
fucking.
even
It's not even October.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's Beer Fest is fucking hardly coming to an end. You know, Beer Fest is actually just starting up. I
Yes,
believe it's like
bud.
September 15th
That's a
till
good movie,
October
too.
3rd is
Starting
not
up.
Beer Fest, but Oktoberfest. So, God, I'd like to go to some of those large fucking Oktoberfest parties. Germany, I think there's one in Ohio that fucking rivals Germany.
September 17th to September 3rd.
To October 3rd.
Or, yeah, October 3rd, sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was the 15th, but it's September 17th to October 3rd.
The one fest
Still
I want to
half
go
a
to in
month.
Germany is Wacken.
Wacken.
It's a half a month of beer and bratwurst.
So Wacken is what?
That's like probably the world's largest heavy metal festival.
Oh, shit. I
Rock
don't
and
know
heavy
if I-
metal festival.
No shit.
It's with a W, but it's pronounced Wacken.
Ah, that's right.
German. W-A-K-E-N.
Good old German.
Oh, Waken. Yes, Metal Festival.
C-K-E-N, yeah.
CKEN. Tickets. All right, let's talk about Wacken. Or is it Dokken?
There's also a documentary on Wacken.
No shit.
They had, shit, who do they have on there? They had, like, Sabaton, Lamb of God, Anvil was on there, I think Dio was on there. Or no, this was after Dio passed. Alice Cooper was on there, Deep Purple was on there, I think Anthrax was on there, I think Slayer was on there.
All right, let's see. What do we got? Wacken 2022. Christopher Wacken 2022.
Oh, look, Iron Maiden.
Iron
Megadeth.
Maiden. Look at that shit. You motherfucker. All right.
I want
Fucking
you to eat their cookies.
sold out. Oh, no. Dropkick Murphys. Who the fuck? Really?
I like Dropkick Murphys.
All right. Let's see. The program.
When you're feeling Irish, you know.
News. All right. Who was Ed Wacken? No, the bands. Here we go. Fucking A, man. The bands at the Heavy Metal Fest. Wacken. Beartooth. Burning Witches.
And Saphirium.
Decide.
Deicide?
Deicide.
Is it Deicide? Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Deicide. Sorry. Decide. I'm scanning over the fucking names. Deicide. Iron Maiden.
Megadeth.
Uh, Infrastrum. Megadeth. Ginger. Dropkick. Nervosa. Okay.
Pentagram. Holy
Pentagram.
shit. Ain't heard of them in a long time.
Wanderer at 2 Steps from Hell.
And
So-
many, many more.
That is fucking.
Yeah, there's like
Awesome.
people just camp out in the field out there in tents and get fucked up.
I bet it's a total fuckfest out there too.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
A bunch of naked fucking Germans are out walking around.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure many of children were conceived at Wacken.
Probably.
Yeah. First bands
That's metal
for
as
the
fuck.
32nd Wacken Open Air. All right. Iron Maiden is the big one. So
Used to be the main
anyway,
headliner.
so it's August 2nd to August 5th. The headliners are like fucking Iron Maiden and shit. Iron Maiden,
And
Megadeth.
we get stuck with Rockville.
Yeah. Iron Maiden, Dropkick Murphys is they're up there with Megadeth, but I don't think so. I think Ginger's better than Dropkick. I know I'm
Dude,
being
fucking
fucking hard.
Pentagram.
Pentagram.
And Deicide, it says Deicide Legion show, which means they're probably playing the entire Legion album. Which
Right.
is fucking awesome.
So I'm wondering if they're doing the Iron Maiden tour on there
Probably.
because
possible.
that would be the shit.
It's a world tour this time around again, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, world tour.
Burning
man.
Witches is badass too.
Yeah.
The all chick metal band.
Nervosa is an all chick metal band too.
Yep.
So I can call it whacking, or because it's spelled whacking. I want to go to the whacking fucking metal.
Whacking in Germany.
Whacking it. I'm gonna be whacking in Germany.
Oh yeah.
I hope I wouldn't be whacking in Germany. Yep, Burning Witches.
They just dropped a like a Viking metal album. What the hell was it called? Witch of the North or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually did a Savatage cover, Hall of the Mountain King. Sounded
No
pretty
shit.
good. Yeah.
I love I love that fucking. I love Savatage.
I listen to that song at least once a week.
In the hall of the Mountain King.
I have to check the cover out if they did.
Yeah.
Just don't let the Silicon Valley hit you again for what the hell was it? For listening to a fucking song.
Oh, Walkin' is next year, 2023. That's Iron Maiden.
Fucking Venom was there.
Venom was there this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Overkill, Powerwolf.
That was 2019. I want to see
Okay.
who was there at fucking 2022 that everybody got to miss.
Fucking Venom.
Venom.
Godfathers of extreme metal.
So the mic isn't on this one, is it?
On what? On number 2?
On this?
Yeah, yours is on.
No, I'm talking about the laptop.
No.
Okay, good. Because we're just checking shit out. No, it doesn't give a. All right. Venom.
Oh, that's like the Venom. I guess some of their concert footage.
But they don't show. All right. Okay, Venom, Overkill, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Overkill was there. Powerwolf
Boys.
was there. No. Fuck. So Venom and Overkill.
Fuck yeah.
Sable Hills. Japanese man. NX.
It's you really got to be lucky to catch Venom because they don't do like U.S. tours
Right.
and like world tours and shit. Like you got to catch them at like a big like festival lineup.
Halo
Like,
Effect. Epica. Yeah, no shit. Venom doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, Walking Night to Dismember. 2022.
Guar was there. Fuck, that would have been cool. Harry Metal, whoever the fuck that is. Vikings versus Zombies.
That's new. I never heard of that.
Alagoloth.
Sounds like I'd like it.
Yeah.
We'd all like it probably.
Harry Metal. Shit. I don't know who else. But that sounds like a fun fucking thing to do. Too bad we're a bunch of.
And what year was that?
This year.
2022.
2022, 20 some odd days ago. 28 days ago, well, I'm going to say.
About a month.
Yeah, 30 days. Something like that, a month ago. Yeah. Give or take. So, anything else going on?
I think Razor just released. Speaking of like the Canadian guys like Anvil, I think Razor released a new album. I think it came out already. If not, it's coming out very soon. Let me go on my Amazon Music here and check it out. Good Canadian thrash. Canadians put out some good shit. Good rock and roll, good metal. Let me see. Yep, it's out. It's out now. I want to say it was released yesterday. Razor, Cycle of Contempt. We got to check this one out. Good old fucking 80s thrash metal boys from Canada up there with Anvil, Exciter, Annihilator,
Yeah.
all those guys. And also, I think only 2 days out of the year, I think, if not, it hasn't already, this week, and, the first week of October, there's a Ronnie James Dio movie in select theaters.
Former Venom drummer Anthony Abaddon Bray has got lymphoma.
Oh, no.
Well,
He's got the cancer.
he's got the
Fuck.
big C. Cock, that is. But other than that, he's got cancer.
You know he's got a big cock? How'd you learn that?
Well, you know.
Well, because he played with Venom. That's how
Played
you
with
know.
Venom.
Because he was one of the founding members of Venom, fucking black metal,
Yep.
extreme metal. People forget, or a lot of people may not know that Venom influenced a lot of fucking bands back in the day. The thrash metal bands, American thrash metal bands that we come to love and know, like Metallica and especially Slayer.
Right.
And of course the the black metal bands that followed shortly after, Mayhem, the Scandinavian bands. Venom was a major influence on thrash metal, black metal, death metal. Heavily influenced death. Chuck Schuldner's, with who else was on that? It was Chuck Schuldner, Cam Lee, Rick Ross. They had a Venom cover or tribute band called Mantis, which was their Venom's original guitar player. Heavily influenced death metal.
Yeah.
Bands like Possessed, heavily influenced by Venom. You listen to Slayer's first album, Show No Mercy, or even Hell Awaits their second album, and you can hear a lot of the Venom influence in there. From Venom's albums like Black Metal and Welcome to Hell, the
Yeah.
first two albums that were today are very important to the extreme metal
fuck yeah, man.
community.
Yeah, so apparently Metal Church has found a new replacement for Mike Howe.
Oh no shit!
And they're having a new album, 2023.
Damn, that sucks. I love Mike Howe. He was an awesome vocalist.
Yeah.
I wish I could have gotten to see Metal Church. I'm another band I have yet to see in concert.
Yeah.
That's definitely going to be if it goes right, it'll be a nice little turning point for them. But if they don't have a good vocalist or one that suits the band and fans don't like it, could be the end.
I think I always like Metal Church and Rob Howe as a vocalist because he kind of sounds like he has the rasp. He has the the Bobby Blitz, Udo Dirkschneider, Brian Johnson, style vocals. That's one of the reasons why I really like Metal Church too.
Mm-hmm.
So, Max Cavalera on the beauty of metal. You make your own rules
To a point.
to a point.
But you always have to fall in line with having a warrior spirit.
But the shit you could pull off though is limitless.
Yeah.
Limitless amount of shit.
As far as what you play, how you play,
Mm-hmm.
fun shit.
Yeah, he's right on that respect. But I have to add, you have to have the metal spirit,
Yeah, you gotta
which
have
is a warrior spirit.
Yeah, the warrior, rebel, spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Being true.
Yeah, be true.
Yeah.
Be true to your freedom. Be true to who
Regardless of what your political or religious views are, as long as you're sticking to what you believe.
Yeah.
So, he said, and this is on metalinjection.net, by the way, so if you guys want to search that up. He said, I think that's what I liked about Sepultura. With the albums, what I liked about the work with Sepultura is the albums where they didn't repeat themselves from Beneath the Remains to Arise. It was different. Arise from Chaos AD was different. Chaos AD from Roots was different, and same with Soulfly. The early Soulfly was more tribal, and then it got more thrash in the middle.
Speaking of which, Soulfly just dropped a new album like 1 or 2 months ago.
Yeah. I've been meaning to want to review it.
Soulfly.
Yeah, but there's so much shit coming out, and I'm reading like Ugly Kid Joe, and a lot of people don't like. They're more of a kind of a hair metal, but I like the song "I Hate Everything About You."
What band?
Ugly Kid Joe.
Oh,
New single "Failure." But there's a lot of new shit, and like Ozzy Osbourne's "Patient Number 9." That was another one. I mean, I don't want to review it because I've been pretty fucking hard on the past couple of Ozzy albums, and they haven't been.
I kind of like Black Rain though when that came out.
The whole, I'm talking about the whole album. You can't. It's just like you and Megadeth Hardwired. You would rate that as pretty much almost shit, except for the two
Hardwired.
songs that you like. Hardwired, Self Destruct.
That was Metallica.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm talking
You said
about.
Megadeth.
Yeah, you said Megadeth.
Or sorry, Metallica. Megadeth.
Yeah, there were two
like if
songs
you-
on there, in my opinion, Hardwired, Self Destruct, that were literally flawless. Just back to, thrash was the first and last song on that album. Yeah, the whole rest of the album I could give two fucks about.
Yeah,
But
see, there
I
you
could
go.
listen. I could listen to both those songs. I think it was the self-titled song Hardwired.
Yeah, Hardwired,
and,
Self Destruct. Yeah.
and Spit Out the Bone. I could listen to
Spit Out the
both
Bone.
those songs, at least once a week, and not get tired of them. They were fucking thrash. It was like
Yeah.
you hear Spit Out the, or you hear not Spit Out the Bone, but the first one. Like when you listen to the album for the first time, and you're like, oh my fucking god, Metallica is thrash again. It fucking only took 20 years or whatever.
Right.
30
yeah.
years, whatever the fuck. But
They're back.
yeah,
They're
and,
bad.
And then through the rest of the album, I was like, okay, why the fuck is this shit sounding like Load or again or whatever?
Yeah.
And then the very last song was very, very thrashy, and I was like, okay, a hell of a song to close the album, but I kind of wish it was more consistent with thrash.
Right.
It was
Like-
very
Ride
those two
Lightning
songs were very
and-
Ride the Lightning, Kill 'Em All, Master of Puppets,
Yeah.
the good shit.
I mean, even as far back as Injustice, if you can make.
I
it
like
sound
Injustice.
that.
I'm
I'm
Don't
not
get
a
me
fan of Injustice. I would give half that album good, personally, and like Hardwired, I give about half the album good. It's a lot more than what he gave. I mean, a lot more. And I'm no. Anybody's watched long enough, I'm not a big fan of Metallica anyway. I am, and I'm not.
Well, I think we might be considered elitists.
Right.
I don't know, because we love at least the first three albums are for Metallica are flawless.
Right.
Injustice for All is debatable. I don't think it's flawless, but I think it's still a very good album.
Right.
And then Black Album, they had some heavy riffs on there, so it would whatever. But that's kind of when they fell off the the thrash the thrash scene.
Yeah. No, I think it's very corporate. Corporate metal as
Yeah.
far as I've never seen.
Your sister that likes fucking Madonna, wants to borrow your black metal record.
Yeah. That doesn't
Your
make any
your black
fucking sense.
your black album.
Yeah, when they're playing with rappers at the fucking Super Bowl or places like that, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, Queens of the Stone Age is going to have some music and tour dates.
Not.
They're reissuing two of their albums.
No. Yeah.
Never really got into them.
Yeah. They'll go away.
But Billy Idol's got some new music too. There's a lot of fucking new music, and I'm not a fan of Billy Idol anyway. I just.
This year, though, alone, there's been a lot of new releases.
Yeah.
A lot of tours, a lot of shows.
Halloween's Michael Kiske is on the new Anastasia with Slash's. I wonder if Slash is still playing with Anastasia, but yeah.
I love Halloween.
Sodom releases After the Deluge, a single from 40 Years of War.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, there's a fuck ton of new music.
It seems like everybody's got something new now.
Right. It's just fucking a lot of new music, and I just hope it isn't shit. Disturbed, even Divisive is a new album. Pretty Reckless. Fucking hey, man.
Pretty reckless.
Oh, jeez. Skid Row, ladies and gentlemen. Skid Row.
Mark.
Yeah, Skid Mark has got a new album, or a new single out called Time Bomb. It's time to go back to the fucking wheelchairs and rockers and not play music anymore. Red Hot Chili Peppers share an Eddie Van Halen tribute song, Eddie. So, that Will Ferrell in the middle of Flea.
I never cared for Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I
No.
feel like Flea is a bass player,
I respect all of them, and I like them. I like the early stuff when they were fucking punk, not this.
They went to a weird pop rock ish thing. It was weird.
Like Californication
So
type of shit.
Yeah.
the Papa Emeritus throws out the pitch at Chicago White Sox versus Cleveland Guardians game.
Who the fuck is that? The dude
It's
from
Ghost.
Ghost.
Dude
singer.
from Ghost.
I'll.
Now
we
he's
probably
gone too
talked.
far.
Yeah,
He
I
did
probably
full face makeup too.
we probably talked about this already, or I talked about this already. In regards to Ghost, I gave them a chance. I did give them a chance.
I
I
know
tried
you did.
listening to them. I've heard so many people say they're so fucking great. I don't get them.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I don't get it either.
Not sorry. I don't know.
I know. You love Ripper. Tim Ripper owns on his time with Judas Priest. It's shocking
Oh, I'm wearing my
that my era has just swept under the rug.
my
Yes.
my Tim Ripper hat today.
Yeah. So, seeing as how you're wearing a Tim Ripper hat, I had to bring that up. But I do agree with Tim Ripper that his time in Priest is gone like unnoticed. For a little more hardcore people, that really hasn't gone unnoticed. But most people are like Rob Halford.
So yeah, Tim Ripper has played in two of my all-time favorite bands, being Priest and East Earth,
But,
and that is why I fucking love Tim Ripper.
I think Tim Ripper. I think that era was good.
I think it was too. I mean,
there
the
was
Demolition
nothing-
album, the Judas Priest Demolition album was kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but Jugulator, oh my god, Jugulator was heavy. I mean, that was like, it was like the sequel to Painkiller without Halford.
Right.
They got Ripper instead, and Ripper fucking just killed it. Ripper is the shit. I love Tim Ripper.
I like Tim Ripper.
And now he's doing KK Downing's new project, KK's Priest,
Right.
as the vocalist, and
Right.
that album is fucking killer.
Yeah. But
Sermons of the Sinner.
I've liked Tim Ripper. I like that era. It was pretty
his
good.
time
It
with
wasn't
Ice
bad.
Earth too was fucking great.
Yeah.
The Glorious Burden, I love that album. What the fuck was the other one? The name escapes me. It was like Something Wicked Part 2, I think. Or maybe that was when Matt Barlow came back. I don't remember. But the two albums he did with Ice Earth, The Glorious Burden and the other one, are fucking phenomenal.
So, see that pile driver frontman, Gordo.
Yep,
He's dead at 60.
that sucks.
Godsmack's got a new single, Surrender.
Nice. I like Godsmack. That's
Yeah. There's quite a bit of news. A lot of fucking new shit.
Lita Ford is 60.
a lot of people are making.
I just saw Lita Ford on
music.
Yeah, Lita Ford is hoping to release her long-awaited new album
Wow.
in early 2023. These old bones can sing. That's not really what. That's not really what the album is.
I was like,
You know what? That would be an awesome freaking album.
Chris
someone's gonna
Holmes
fucking deep with that
performs in
patent.
Toronto, ex-Wasp guitarist. A lot of X's around here. Ted Nugent weighs in on Americans' obesity epidemic. Hey, America, what the hell are you eating? I agree. It's a lot of garbage out there. A lot
it's
of
addicting.
yeah.
I'm guilty. I love to eat junk. Well, he's also, organic in his own way because he hunts his own food.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of natural stuff.
Yeah.
Far be it for anybody to say that animal meat isn't natural. It's fucking very, very natural. And
We
it
are
is
omnivores
everything.
by nature.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
We eat meats and
Well,
vegetables and fruits.
Yeah,
that's what I hate about.
That's what our bodies require.
Vegetarians try to say, well, our digestive system, the way it's made we should be vegetarians. I go, no.
No.
Our teeth aren't made to be vegetarian.
We have canines for a reason.
Actually,
yeah, we only have our molars are the only sets of teeth that we have that are meant to chew up vegetables.
Yeah.
That's it.
The other thing is, I mean, think about this. When you look at certain people, you can look at their teeth and see what they should be eating anyway. Because a lot of people don't have like the canine style teeth.
Yeah, sharp canines.
The sharp ones. You'll notice that some people just have.
Well, you remember, not to mention, your former company by name, but you remember the guy we called Vlad?
Yeah.
That dude was a vegan and he looked fucking terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
It works for everybody's body's different. It works for some people. Other people, like I've heard people going vegan.
Other people are like, hardcore animal lovers and they just don't want to, contribute to, the slaughter and, use and abuse of animals, so they don't eat any animal product whatsoever.
Yeah.
Right.
Dairy, eggs, and any of that shit.
And for some people it works. For other people, I saw a video of this girl. She went to the doctor. She was a vegan. Well, doctor said, hey, you've got to eat some kind of meat. Your body's not doing okay. You will not. Your body's not going to remain healthy.
Because even vegetarians, will still eat like eggs and dairy.
So
and they'll still get protein and cholesterol, required cholesterol and shit.
Yeah. So she ended up becoming a pescatarian.
That's what my aunt is.
She started eating fish.
Yep.
Just a bunch
That's her
of
protein.
fish.
Yep.
And she goes, I don't like doing this, but unfortunately, it's the only thing that's going to keep me healthy.
Well, for those that love animals, like my aunt, for example, the reason why she's a vegetarian is because I think she was in high school, and her class went on a field trip to a slaughterhouse.
Oh yeah.
So she saw firsthand how they treat them.
That would, yeah.
What they do to them, how they process the meat and shit, and that kind of fucked her up mentally.
Yeah.
But she sees it as like fish. She eats everything fresh out of the ocean. Okay, I had a good life. Now it's time to be consumed.
See, that's where I kind of agree with a lot of vegetarians. I don't agree with them just locking them up or from fucking birth. Keeping them immobile. Like let them enjoy themselves.
Be like Ted, Uncle Ted, and hunt for your food like a natural predator.
So it's just I agree with like the free range, I guess you could say.
Right.
Letting them go out, giving them good open space, treating them.
The problem
decently.
is the free range is also bullshit too.
Yeah.
They crack the door open like 4 hours out of the fucking day and call it free range.
Yeah.
But,
I mean they have like a dedicated massive space that they can go out whenever the hell they want.
Yeah. And that's expensive stuff.
People are gonna people that are such bleeding hearts though won't be so bleeding hearts when their comfort goes out the fucking window.
No.
Yeah.
No. They'll eat alligator tails and fucking pig butts and all kinds of shit. So, David Ellison's new band, Death, signed with Napalm Records.
Nice.
So
Same people Ginger signed with.
I want to say M.O.D signed with Napalm Records. A lot of big bands are signed with Napalm Records.
Yep.
Speaking of M.O.D, they just dropped a new album last month.
No shit.
Yep.
Everybody's got something
Wait, I think
coming out.
And we're gonna see him in November.
I think we covered that. Amon Amarth's
I think we talked about it
last month. Yeah. So Rammstein's performing in San Antonio this summer.
Oh.
Actually, yeah. Well, it says this summer, 2022. Summer's almost over, man.
Another band I never.
Summer is over, really.
I like fucking Rammstein, man.
Yeah, I mean and it has nothing to do with the fact that their lyrics are in German. It's just their style of music's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Because I've heard some live Sodom songs and I fucking love Sodom, or even except being from Germany have sang live in German, and they sound fucking awesome. Regardless.
So I forget what song it was, but if I remember correctly, there was a song from Rammstein that was all about sugar cookies. It's just about making sugar cookies.
Yep.
Was it?
No, they do have
well,
some humor.
Hitler fucking chant.
Yeah,
No.
they had it in a full rhythmic
Either
military
sugar
Hitler fucking
cookies or
chant.
chocolate cake or something like that.
Yeah.
I remember.
No,
that.
they do have some humor.
We played that at work for Mark Mason. You know, Kevin and I were playing that. And it fucking drove him nuts because it literally sounds like somebody talking like fucking. It's like Hitler talking, and
Yeah.
But they're talking about sugar cookies.
and then they're fucking. You hear the audience in the background, yeah, but it's how to make fucking cookies or cake or whatever. But Testament hopes to release a new album in 2023.
Damn, already? Just
Yep.
after Titans of Creation? Fuck yeah. See, I love how I love how consistent our old school thrash metal bands are.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's just everybody's got something coming out. It's crazy.
So Max Cavalera for me, every album I love this guy, Max Cavalera.
Fuck yeah.
Cavalera. But this guy's fucking badass.
Sepultura, dude.
For me, every album is a chance to do something I've never done before, and it coincides with what you're talking about, heavy metal as whatever he wants to do.
And he said
he's fucking
Sepultura,
doing
the
it.
Soulfly, each era was
Have you
different.
all checked out the Cavalera Conspiracy, which is like his other band with Igor, his
That
brother?
dude is fucking busy.
Yeah, check out the Cavalera Conspiracy, because that's fucking good shit, too.
See, now, that guy, Cavalera there, he seems kind of like the type of person that he loves the music and he wants to do something new. He's like, because you got a lot of these bands that just kind of pump out, like Metallica pumped out a lot of the same crap for so long and made a bunch of money. Way he's talking, it seems like he really just wants to do the music.
He's a
He
real
wants the
artist. He loves the music.
music for
Loves
the
the fans.
Yeah, loves the fans. He likes performing. Saxon, I didn't know they had a released music video for Black as the Night.
Oh, well, I do know that I believe it was this year.
Really?
Earlier this year, they did drop a new album.
Holy shit, man! Where the
There you go. And,
Holy
new
shit.
wave, from the new wave of British heavy metal era. Fucking Saxon's still hitting it hard.
Sepultura guitarist's late wife to be honored at Brazil's Pat Fest. Cool. She was kind of cute too. Hey, hey, for an old lady, yeah.
Oh, Brazilian women are actually pretty hot.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Gojira doesn't consciously try to break new musical ground. It's more organic, says Mario Duplanter.
That sounds
I
so
never really
pretentious.
listened to them, so
We don't try to break music
I
ground.
know.
It just
It's just
happens to us.
I just shit it out, man. I don't know. I just fucking somehow, fucking. So they had the Dio hologram show in Los Angeles.
Mm.
You know,
I forgot Dio had a hologram.
I'm surprised they didn't roll his ass out of the fucking grave and put strings on him. I mean, whatever. So Ozzy Osbourne sees biggest global chart entries in his 6-decade career for Patient Number 9 album. I was not impressed with that song, Patient Number 9. That's been on the radio a bunch of times. Have you heard
Is
it?
that the one with Tony Iommi?
Yeah. I'm not gonna say it's the greatest thing in the world because Iommi was on it, and it just
It
Yeah,
wasn't
it wasn't,
great.
yeah.
I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't.
and it kind of takes a zest out for me because he's so
Well, you have half of Black Sabbath right there, then, too.
Yeah.
At least.
So Motley Crue and Def Leppard Stadium Tour earns $173.5 million. I wonder how much fucking Iron Maiden's earned every fucking legacy tour since 2019.
Probably a fuck ton.
Well, they probably earned a hell of a lot more than $173 million.
Well, I'd much rather see Iron Maiden and fucking Motley Crue.
So would most of the fucking planet.
And Def Leppard.
Yeah. Testaments, Chuck Billy, Steve
DiGiorgio.
Yes. I have trouble with Italian names.
Yeah.
Would have lasted very long as a member of Megadeth. Wouldn't have lasted very long as a member of Megadeth.
Huh.
Okay. So that's,
I wonder why.
Steel Panther announces new bassist. Don't care. Steve Piercy performs rap classics and nope, don't care. Huh. Interesting. So Guns N' Roses to release your Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 box set featuring 63 previously unreleased audio tracks and videos. Well, why wouldn't you release, like, call it Use Your Illusion 3 and 4? You know, and then take the cleanest cuts and reproduce them and make albums.
Or write brand new material altogether and call
Yeah.
it Use Your Illusion 3 and 4.
Yeah. But Use Your Illusion. All right, I'm not a fan of Guns N' Roses. Like Appetite was fucking pretty groundbreaking for a hair metal, you know. It was just like Smoking in a Boys Room and Motley Crue. You know that when that song came out, you know, I was like fucking, you know.
I think that was a cover anyway of like an older band.
Right, but
60s
still,
band, yeah.
when they were doing that, and that Helter Skelter was a cover of a Beatles song, and that whole, I forget what the fuck the album was called, but they were a bit heavier, and then they got, you know, like singing chicks kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which, you know, fine, that makes a couple bucks, you know, for, what, a decade? Less than a decade. And then Guns N' Roses came out and fucking blew them all away. They were like the Beatles, you know, when they came out. But after that, you know, the spaghetti incident was fucking awful. Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 were okay. I mean, they got, what, Terminator off that?
Mm-hmm.
Use Your Illusion 1 and 2?
I think it was one of the songs off that.
Yeah,
album.
one of the songs off those albums. But, you know, it's time to make some new stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, yeah, they are like, you know, one of the most popular rock bands of all time, and I guess just because of, you know, their groundbreaking albums that's all they still perform. I mean, when's the last time they actually released new material? I have no idea.
Hmm.
Slash has always done his own thing.
Yeah, no, and he's
Slash
very
is
good
awesome. Yeah.
He's
Revolver,
always had a
and,
bunch of different side projects.
Yeah, his solo project, and
Yeah.
all kinds of shit.
When he's not in rehab.
Actually, I want to be perfectly honest with you, man. If I can get, if we could have had like Dimebag and Vinnie Paul were still alive, I would love to see these guys play with those guys. You know what I mean? Like a guest go up on fucking stage with Dime. You imagine if fucking Zach Wild went up stage with fucking Dime at the time, and they had like played a few fucking songs from each one of their albums, maybe a fucking guitar battle, like, you know, dueling banjos
think
kind
it
of
was,
fucking thing would have been fucking cool.
I think it was Ozfest one year that Pantera was on fucking. While Pantera was playing, Zach came out on stage and started like slamming beers with Dime.
Yeah.
And, like having like a little guitar fucking.
Did they?
Like a solo fucking duel.
Yeah, see that fucking shit is. I love that shit when people go out there and do that, like good friends and stuff.
Yeah. Like I would have loved to see like, you know, the Bass Strikes Back tour. I would have loved to see like fucking Alex Skolnick and Gary Holt like just fucking, you know, have like a fucking guitar duel. That would have been epic as fuck.
So, let's talk a little bit about psychology and metal music here. SciPost.org is where I'm reading this right now. A trait called morbid curiosity might explain why some people are attracted to violent music like death metal. Morbid curiosity, a psychological trait that may help explore dangerous parts of life, might explain why certain people gravitate towards music like death metal and rap. A recent experiment found that high levels of morbid curiosity can predict enjoyment and consumption of violently themed music. The findings were published in the journal Personality and Individual Differences.
So I don't care for rap, never have, unless it's like, you know, blended with, you know, metal, like.
And even
you know,
then, you have kind of a low tolerance for that.
Yeah, like Body Count. I like Body Count.
Yeah, well,
you know,
that's a fucking.
that's more crossover thrash.
That's
anyway.
different.
Yeah,
But you
Ice-T.
sure as shit do not like Rage.
Yeah, I don't care for Rage. Just not really. I don't know. I don't think they're that.
Thing, but you do like Suicidal.
I do like Suicidal, but Suicidal doesn't really sound rap either. I mean, they
No.
do a little bit.
Well,
but
a couple
some
of
of their
songs,
songs
yeah.
like Institutionalized sounds a little hip hop. But
I saw your mommy.
but-
Your mommy was dead.
But I fucking love death metal, and it's not because of it's it has violent, gruesome lyrics. I love death metal because it instrumentally it sounds heavy as fuck. The riffs are nasty. It expands into new territory. Musically, like to a more melodic, a more technicality. Like you listen to death, scream bloody gore, and leprosy. It's very raw, fucking brutal, violent sounding music. But then the '90s come around and you got albums like Human and Individual Thought Pattern, Symbolic. The last 4 albums were very technical sounding. Like almost had like a jazz vibe to it. Steve DiGiorgio was on some of those albums along with Gene Hoglan. So, these fucking critics that are writing these stupid ass articles, really, I mean, I would ask, what the fuck do you listen to?
Well, I think what they did, I think they combined 2 different things, and I don't think they were careful on separating them. People with morbid curiosity typically, see a lot of blood or people getting hurt. People have morbid curiosity. People are drawn to something fucked up. That being said, that doesn't mean that's why it's because someone has morbid curiosity that they're drawn to death metal. Really, what I think it is that they have maybe a darker side to them or something like that. Or
to a lot of people, though, too, in that aspect, it's an escape.
Yeah.
Maybe they have. Maybe death metal is their therapy. Maybe they listen to death metal so they don't go out and chainsaw gut fuck somebody.
Right.
Like,
well, then again,
hammer smash someone's face.
It's not always heavy metal that have the serial killers and what have you. It's anyway.
And you meet these guys like Cannibal Corpse, or you meet the guys from Obituary, or whatever other death metal band comes to mind. They're like some of the coolest fucking people, nicest people you'll ever meet.
Right.
like George Corpse Grinder Fisher from Cannibal Corpse, the frontman, likes to collect Legos and buy toys and donate them to charities and shit.
That's fucking cool.
I don't think he's really into worshiping Satan or mutilating someone's fucking carcass just because he sings about it.
Just because somebody has a morbid curiosity does not mean that's why they're into death.
It's art, and if you think about it, it's pretty goddamn impressive if say for a band like Cannibal Corpse, if your albums are banned in certain countries because of how fucking gruesome the artwork is, or how gruesome or hardcore your fucking lyrics are. I mean, that's pretty fucking impressive to write and perform something that people are terrified to listen to.
Oh yeah,
I mean, that's good shit, And even like Alex Webster from Cannibal Corpse, I heard him saying in like an interview that there really is no limit to metal. Like they listen to like all like he was saying, they listen to like the older thrash metal bands and shit from the 80s, like they were heavily influenced by Creator and Sodom and Venom, and they just wanted to kind of keep it the same style, but take it even further.
Yeah.
Like, okay, they can sing about the rapture and Satan and shit. Let's talk about like brutally fucking murdering people and necrophiliac shit. Really fucking gross people, really terrify people, and that's what they do. And you could look at their album artwork, you could look at their song titles and their lyrical content, but you're not going to understand really what they're saying without reading the lyrics while you're listening to it. And it sounds fucking heavy as shit. It sounds fucking badass. It makes the hairs on your neck stand up. I mean, shit. Yeah. They were in fucking Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were.
Fucking Jim Carrey loves Cannibal Corpse.
Well, Jim Carrey's got a screw loose, but yeah.
True.
Other than that,
He's not a serial killer. He's just a wacky.
no, he's a wacko.
Wacko.
But that's what rock and roll,
Yeah.
which is which then became heavy metal, is really all about. It's being rebellious. It's about sticking it to the man. It's about exploring your full potential as a musician. How fast? How can you play? How dark can you fucking write and sing? Like, that's how it's always been.
So, there's pop back into my head. Us being animals and stuff like that, we have a predator sense. We can kind of tell when there's a predator nearby, or at least we used to be able to, until we became the top of the food chain and we got rid of it.
Yeah.
Well, it evolved into more of a psychopath detector. Your predator instinct will actually go off if you're paying attention enough. Will go off in the presence of a psychopath.
Oh, kind of like Kellen the Killer.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a warning sign. You're dealing with somebody who's not not right.
So what brings
Well,
up
that goes
the
back to the
fight or flight?
that goes back to the caveman. It's just natural primal instinct.
Yeah.
So, Sabaton announces a new War to End All Wars movie.
Nice.
Yeah. Can't wait. Me and Phil Susan apologized to Nikki Sixx for disparaging comments about Motley Crue's performance during stadium tour. All right, let's get this straight here. If it's shit,
it's shit.
It's shit. I mean, if you haven't performed at your greatest, if you sound like shit, it's shit.
It's like Bon Jovi.
And if you're gonna be a bitch and apologize, I'd have told him to suck my dick. Cause I don't give a fuck. You're gonna sound like shit. Admit
Don't
it.
apologize. Stick to your guns.
Yeah, stick to your guns. Stick to your LA guns.
It's just like Bon Jovi.
Yeah, just like fucking. If it's shit, it's shit.
Yeah.
Don't apologize for it. Say, hey man, maybe you should tweak it a little bit, practice a little more.
Yeah.
Clear up the fucking sound, something. I'm not trying to be harsh about this, but if you're gonna go out there and sell out these stadiums for $500 a ticket, why don't you fucking sound like a $500 a ticket fucking band?
Yeah, you better deliver.
You better fucking deliver. I know other bands that don't command, $500 fucking tickets that fucking sound awesome. Shit. We've gone to places and we've heard bands sound awesome for fucking $20.
Yep.
But it's just like Bon Jovi recently. People went to his concert. He was singing like shit.
Yeah, Bon Jovi's he's done. You're done. You're done.
So yeah, you can tell he hasn't put any effort into practicing. You tell he hasn't. You're not going to put in the effort, and if you're not going to try your best, there's no reason.
So
time to retire.
Yeah.
As a pureblood, Willie Adler's COVID-19 vaccination status, the reason he has missed international Lamb of God shows. You know what?
Said fuck you to the vaccine.
I don't care anymore. The whole country doesn't give a fuck about the COVID-19 vaccines anymore, and anybody who does, you can kiss my ass.
Well,
the science is out there.
What does Phil Demmel say? Because I like Phil Demmel. He
Oh no! He's probably like let's see.
Because Phil Demmel filled in for Overkill when Dave Links was out when I saw him down in Fort Lauderdale. And plus, he's from Violence and Machine Head.
Yeah, he's been filling in for because of the COVID-19 vaccine status. The reason Phil's been filling in for the Lamb of God. Get the vibe. I don't think you should talk about it. I don't think it's my spot to say anything about Will, but he's making decisions. I'm the contingent, so here I am. So, say one of the biggest metal bands, he'd like you to step into Willie's shoes. Willie's an awesome guitar player. Say, hey, do you want to be the guy or whatever? They're talking about him playing for him.
Well, and there
sounds
you
to
go.
me like he doesn't have.
He didn't
Willie Adler doesn't have
get the
gotten
vaccine.
the vaccine, and
Well,
so
and-
somebody like Phil Demmel
And I can
has
respect him
got
because
the fucking COVID
Yeah.
shot.
But
So-
I can respect him because he goes, it's not my place to say anything. He's making his own.
Yeah,
he's not talking
it's right.
shit. He's
It's
just
just
going.
your-
It's
no,
not.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying
I'm-
it's still at the fucking
yeah.
point where you need a vaccine to do anything.
Unlike
And it's all
yeah,
bullshit.
like Phil Demmel's bandmate Sean Killian in Violence. Sean Killian, didn't get the vaccine. He didn't want the vaccine, and he ended up getting COVID. Got sick, and I think the drummer from DRI started talking shit and said he deserved to get fucking COVID, and because I guess he got it pretty bad and he ended up in the hospital.
Yeah.
And Sean Killian was like, "Look, I'm not fucking anti-vax. I'm pro.
Pro-choice.
Do what the fuck. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
pro-choice.
I don't give a
He's
fuck
like,
either
I'm not.
way.
I'm not. Anti-vax. I'm pro. You make your own fucking decision.
But then again, I call myself a pureblood, so I do lean a certain way, and I don't believe, and everybody's finding out the hard way that they're just. We'll just leave it at that. They're finding out the fucking hard way.
Well, yeah, and all over the place. Like let's say, even natural, like true vaccines where it's a strain of a virus or something.
This isn't a vaccine.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying
It's an
like
inoculation.
like
shot.
true
It's a fucking
vaccines.
shot, yeah.
Even today, I don't like the thought of kids getting real vaccines, even like where it's a strain of virus or bacteria or something, to actually give proper immunity. I don't even like that anymore because they load them up with so many different preservatives.
Well,
in them.
they also Fauci had come out again after the fact saying, well, natural immunity is
Yeah, after he said it wouldn't work.
Yeah, he said at first, he goes, natural immunity.
Yeah.
And then he turns around, you take the fucking,
Take the vaccine, natural
take the
immunity's not
vaccine,
enough.
now he's back to saying natural immunity. So, anybody who's
That's
listened
why
to
they
a
call him
flip-flop
Flip Flop Fauci. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
even real vaccines, I don't particularly like. Obviously,
Well,
if
plus
it's-
the actual like real vaccines are for diseases that are far more fucking deadlier than COVID.
yeah,
Like polio and hepatitis and fucking smallpox.
and measles. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but a lot of those are they throw in a bunch of preservatives so they can keep them up on a
Yeah,
dry
mercury.
shelf. It's not safe.
There's a mercury derivative in a lot of them.
Or on top of that, they load 5 or 6 different frickin' viruses or diseases into one.
Yeah.
You can't have that kind of strain slammed onto your body.
If
like
you're
that.
not pulling the vaccine out of the fridge, you shouldn't be getting it.
Nope.
Because if they're pulling it out of the fridge, it's perishable. It
Mhm.
means But back
means if it was
to
left out,
back
it'd
to
be
Sabaton.
Gone.
Will Sabaton take over after Iron Maiden and Judas Priest have retired? What do you think?
They're not gonna retire.
Well, Judas Priest and Iron Maiden aren't going to retire until they literally like die of old age.
Drop dead. Yeah.
Bruce
But-
Dickinson and Steve Harris and all of Iron Maiden said, "We're gonna do this till the day we die."
But I think once they are gone, once Iron Maiden and Judas Priest are gone, I hope the day never comes, but we know it's inevitable.
Yeah.
It is gonna happen. But I think that Sabaton will carry on the legacy of traditional heavy metal.
Yeah, for
Power
sure.
metal.
Bands like Sabaton are definitely gonna be there to.
Like they're gonna be
carry that
they're gonna
torch.
be filling the stadium tours. They're
Yeah.
gonna be because I think having seen Sabaton a couple times in concert, they definitely have an Iron Maiden influence, like their stage presence, their theatrics. They have one I guess you could call it like thesis, and it's war history, which is fucking cool. That's their own thing. They have their
Right
own
along
unique
with
sound,
Maiden.
right? But Maiden also has also sung about different shit, like
Yeah.
from their self-titled track was kind of a bunch of random shit, but still fucking awesome, like Phantom of the Opera and Prowler, and then Killers. It's like Eddie has always been the poster child for what that album is about. It's like Killers, he's a fucking serial killer. Number of the Beast, he's like fighting the devil, or he's like the puppet of the devil. Like what was after that? Like Peace of Mind, he's a fucking psychopath in a straitjacket. You know,
Right.
Keeps going. You know, like Fear of the Dark, he's a fucking monster in the dark. You know, Dance of Death, he's the Grim Reaper. So they always have a different theme, but it's still Iron Maiden. Power Slave, he's a fucking pharaoh.
Yeah, and I wish there were more bands, but Sabaton is definitely one of the few that you could actually trust to keep on the classic type of metal that Iron Maiden, Priest,
really,
power metal,
really,
all them have been.
Really, power metal is just newer bands playing traditional metal. That's but with a little bit more, maybe a little bit more speed and
a little newer
technicality.
But they still sounds.
A little more melody.
There.
Yeah. So a lot of them have brought like symphony into the mix.
So
like Sabaton.
Have I been at Metalworks with you?
Metalworks.
I guess there's a place called Metalworks in Orlando.
I can't say I have.
Huh. Well, we missed a hell of a show.
Oh.
Yeah. This
I heard there was like
piss you off.
There was a Metal Fest last weekend in like Melbourne or West Palm.
No, this is called Jasta. It has Dino Cazares, Kirk Winstein,
Kirk Weinstein. Fuck yeah. From Crowbar and Down.
Weinstein.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bobby Hample. I don't know their last names. I hardly know their first names, but all these guys are playing together at Metalworks.
Oh shit.
And it is 4545 36th Street in Orlando.
We missed it. It was 2
and we
weeks
fucking
ago.
missed it 2 weeks ago.
More like 10 days ago was today. Oh shit. Yeah, more like a week ago.
Yeah. Yeah. $25 fucking dollars.
And that's the type of shit I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Fuck, goddamn $500 Motley Crue ticket. Shit like that.
Yeah.
Sabaton's been around a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah, they've been around a while.
23 years.
Mm-hmm. Been around a while.
I figured they showed up in the early mid 2000s.
Well, see, the whole thing is...
That's about the early 2000s.
They showed up at the bottom
Yeah.
of metal. Because metal had gone up like this and then taken a sharp fucking
They,
dive.
They definitely worked themselves up.
Power metal bands that have been around, like Sabaton for a while, stayed consistent. Like the 90s, early 2000s, with the exception of bands like Iced Earth and shit, power metal didn't really gain a lot of popularity or, recognition. But the bands that, stuck to their guns in playing, traditional heavy metal or power metal like Iced Earth, like Sabaton, Hammerfall,
right.
Blind Guardian, all really, it was worth it in the long run because now they're really fucking huge.
Oh, Trans-Siberian Orchestra is playing in Tampa now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, in early December.
You gotta go one of these years.
I gotta go one of these years. I love that shit.
Yeah, you do. Talked about it ever since I was a kid.
Yeah, now this is where your David Draymond loses me. Blast bigots who are furious over Black Ariel and Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
I don't. Number one, why remake it live? Why fucking change?
So
race
they're changing race because of the whole woke cancel culture shit.
Yeah.
And
they're trying to call out everybody.
And that's the reason why they're fucking doing it. It's not to like remake something like just as good or better. So it's gonna fucking suck anyway because all the fucking Disney movies that they have remade that they didn't like change the fucking gender or the race or fucking ethnic background or whatever the fuck you call it now of the character, they suck anyway. So it doesn't really fucking matter. So if they were to still pick a fucking white redhead girl to play Ariel in a new remake of The Little Mermaid, it's probably gonna suck anyway.
Yeah.
Just like Aladdin sucked.
Well, when they turn
The
around,
Lion King sucked. The remake.
They fucking complain about whitewashing shit.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I got two things. One is about Disney. Remember the Blue Fairy in Pinocchio?
Vaguely.
It
turn
is
Pinocchio
now
in it.
Yeah, she turned Pinocchio into originally a white
Real,
lady,
a boy.
turned him into a boy. He is now the Blue Fairy is now a black gay man.
Yep.
Why?
I don't know.
Don't know.
They're doing the woke thing.
The thing is like if you want to make them slightly different, like okay, you want to make him black, whatever the fuck, who cares?
But, like,
Why is he gotta
dude's
be
wearing
gay?
a dress and everything.
That's what I mean. Like why shove this fucking gay, transgender shit, on our on our children? Like that shit needs to stop.
It's the gay shit that I don't. I fucking really don't care.
Yeah, no, it's the thing.
It's
like
the
if you wanna be
fucking
gay,
in your face transgender shit.
Yeah.
That loses me. They should separate the trans community out of the gay community, because I think the gay community has a little more pride in themselves, a little more respect, a little more
The true community has.
the true gay community
have a bit more
is,
self-respect.
If you want to be gay, you wanna fucking be a dude and wear a dress, call yourself a fucking woman or a genderless unicorn, then fine. Stop fucking shoving it in the face of children. That shit just needs to. It's getting out of control now.
There was a guy, a drag queen. He's not a tranny or anything like that. He just likes to do drag shows and likes to dress up. And he goes, I'm so and so. I'm a gay man who does drag shows. I love doing this. I do this for fun. Don't bring your kids to these shows. Leave them at home. This is our adult space. These are adult things going on.
Most respectable gay people don't want to force their lifestyle or their sexuality on children.
No, they are who they are,
Right.
and they're proud of being who they are, but they're not forcing.
Just like that there's a reason why fucking pornography is for adults 18 and older. Whether it's heterosexual or homosexual, it's for adults, not children.
Teach it in school now.
I know, and it's fucked up.
But I think they need to separate themselves. It'd do good for the gay community.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of respect for them. I do not have a respect for what the fuck is going on here whatsoever. I think it's just to get back at people. And I do know, and I talk to some gay people, and they don't dig it either. It's like it puts them in a bad light.
Well, yeah.
Is what what I'm getting at, is what I'm hearing.
Well, it's shit like this that brings about hatred.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they want to cry and bitch about intolerance, bigotry, racism. They keep forcing that shit on people. They're gonna fucking create the monster they're bitching about.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you're gonna fucking piss people off.
There's no prejudice here to begin with, but you're gonna make it.
Yeah, you're gonna create it if you keep shoving it in people's faces.
Yeah.
And then condemning them for not agreeing with you. That's really gonna fucking piss them off.
But Disney wants to be as woke as possible, and they're gonna lose money. I've watched the She-Hulk series.
Oh god.
So did I.
Holy shit, is it awful?
I think it's alright.
But do nothing but crushing dudes. Like the last episode, the guy who wants to, committed suicide by whatever, and all these women are getting everything they fucking want. That's not how you don't go to a lawyer and tell the lawyer, hey, I'm getting a divorce. Here's all my fucking money. Just give it to her.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You go to a lawyer to get the possible, best possible outcome for you, not to fucking have to pay out through the fucking nose.
Oh, like the immortal guy with the fucking who
with
also
the
happened to be married to a fucking man.
Yeah.
And 6 other women.
Or the other fact that you have not even an average chick playing She-Hulk is not very attractive.
Yeah, well, the She-Hulk, the CGI character actually looks better than the actress.
Yeah, and the CGI is fucking awful.
Yeah.
But the chick
cartoon.
playing it, when she gets a dude, it's like the guy's got to look hot, and he's got to do, he's gonna have a big fat fucking dick and all this shit. It's like, oh wait a minute, what the fuck do you have to offer?
So my whole thing with Marvel, as it always has been since I was into that shit as a kid, is the whole crossover of the different characters.
Yeah, and that's what I'm fucking waiting for, man.
Like co-starring,
fucking crossover.
like they had Wong,
Yeah.
from Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. There was a cameo or Easter egg of Daredevil, if you caught that. The The
The
Mask.
Mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to be in it,
Yeah, he's supposed to be.
and everybody's been waiting for it.
Now the Netflix fucking which is the same character now because Disney.
Well,
owns
they've changed
all
it. And
Marvel.
I don't like the fact that they changed the Taylor.
Yeah.
Well, the
From Melvin Potter to
the
whatever
Melvin
this dude
Potter
is.
was
no,
the shit.
but the look of the new Daredevil
It was more like
uniform
classic,
is like
yeah.
the classic, which is cool.
Yeah. And well, then that's another thing. You wanted to be woke, and you changed Melvin Potter, a white guy, into a fucking flamboyant black guy that everybody fucking knows he's making fucking costumes. But that's a whole fucking thing with Nelson Potter, or with Melvin Potter, not Nelson. I'm thinking Nelson
Foggy
Murdoch.
Nelson, yeah.
But Melvin Potter he did everybody's suits, and nobody knew who the fuck he was.
Yeah.
You know, not everybody's, but he did a lot.
But
You know,
he
Spider-Man.
did a lot of suits, and
He did a lot of
Daredevil.
suits, and
He
nobody
did
knew
everything
who
on
the
the
fuck he
down
was.
Some of the
And it was
X-Men.
quiet.
Yeah.
There was no penthouse fucking, place where he was doing these, suits.
Yeah.
It was an unremarkable guy doing all this shit for all these superheroes on the quiet, just like the Night Nurse.
Yeah.
Nobody knew who the fucking Night Nurse was unless you got severely fucked up and you were a superhero. Nobody knew who she was, and that was quiet. They're probably gonna have the Night Nurse in this as some fucking, popular ass nurse in a fucking penthouse.
Yeah, and I was actually reading about her, because that's Doctor Strange's fucking.
I love the fucking Night Nurse,
Yeah.
Rosario Dawson in the fucking show.
Oh, in the show, yeah.
She was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But she,
And it was Hush Hush.
Yeah, and it was fucking quiet. Yeah.
from I think it was Earth 616. God, what was in the movie? What was Doctor Strange's girlfriend? What was her name? Because she was Night Nurse.
Oh,
Yeah.
the chick from
Yeah,
the Notebook.
Yeah.
But she goes. Apparently, someone was questioning whether she was a doctor or something like that, and she goes, "No, I am a doctor. It's just Night Doctor doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well."
Right. Yeah. So I don't know how they're gonna play that with the two universes,
Yeah, I don't.
or if they're
apparently
gonna change it.
It's called Born Again or Daredevil Born Again.
So
they're changing.
It's
a lot of
probably
shit.
gonna be a different universe,
Yeah,
Daredevil.
it
I would
is.
hope,
It is a whole different universe.
but the same guy playing it.
Well, just like he was in, as Matt Murdock, it was the same actor as Matt Murdock in the last Spider-Man movie.
In the last Spider-Man, yeah. So
But yeah, did you all see the Doctor Strange movie, the new one?
yeah,
Multiverse
where
of
they were
Madness,
jumping around.
Now, what
It
I
was
thought
more
was
of a Scarlet Witch movie to me.
it was, but what I thought was cool as fuck was they actually had Patrick Stewart as Professor X.
Right.
That was-
Wheelchair and all.
Well,
Wheelchair and all.
the fucking hover chair from like
Yeah.
'90s X-Men. That was
Yeah.
the shit. They even had the theme song there a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed with the whole She-Hulk.
Zach
thing,
or the Levy guy, the fucking office guy. Yeah, it wasn't.
Oh,
too,
Mr.
for reading-
Fantastic.
John Krasinski.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Krasinski, Zachary Levy.
Yeah,
He's,
you're thinking about
Shazam.
Chuck. Yeah.
From Chuck. Yeah. I wasn't a fan of that. There are other people that could have played. They keep having that guy in there. He's not
For
that
a
great.
long time, even before like the new Doctor Strange movie, they kept hinting at a rumor that he's going to be Mr. Fantastic.
Well, he was in Doctor Strange. So.
Yeah.
And I've had enough. We'll just say that.
Well, it was like they finally brought over the fucking characters that Fox has on the rights to all these years into the MCU, and
Right.
they just fucking and then Scarlet Witch just fucking murked them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they were nothing.
Yep.
That's the biggest.
Like Professor
that's-
X is hard to fucking defeat.
Yeah.
Any superpowered being in the Marvel universe, and she just fucking murked the shit out of it. Professor X like he was nothing.
That's my biggest bitch about the whole thing. It was Scarlet Witch show.
Yeah.
It was a carry on from the fucking TV show that.
Even though she was the
Wasn't that fucking
antagonist,
great, yeah.
the villain, pretty much.
And
yeah.
then Merca.
Well, yeah,
Merca Chavez.
Yeah, and they brought more fucking woke bullshit
Oh,
into
shit.
that.
Fucking
Two
woke-
moms.
Fucking woke the shit out of that.
Did you see Thor: Love and Thunder?
No, I haven't.
People hate.
I'm about ready to fucking vomit.
They brought more fucking gay shit into that too.
Yeah, I heard.
Hemsworth did not like it either. Said it was written by a 7-year-old.
Yeah, something like that. I'd have to reread
Dude,
that whole deal.
They
but,
made
yeah.
Zeus. I've seen so many different like fucking scenes. They made Zeus look like a flamboyant douchebag.
You know who
Yeah.
played Zeus?
Yeah, Russell Crowe.
Russell
Yeah.
Crowe.
No, don't get me.
Are you not entertained?
I love Russell Crowe, but they made Zeus into such a douche when in the comic he was a badass gnarly motherfucker.
Well, also, a lot of people forget that like there is like a Marvel Hercules, and he was in the hidden scene in Thor: Love and Thunder. Hercules.
Yeah.
But, Zeus's son.
Well, I'd like to see that. I loved the Incredible Hercules, the Incredible Hulk when he was gone. Hercules filled in.
Yeah.
Um,
That was in Hulkland, if I remember correctly, right?
something like that.
Yeah.
I'd have to reread it, but I love the character Hercules in there. You know, he took over for the Hulk, and
See, Thor Ragnarok was good too because of the whole Planet Hulk thing.
yeah, and they kind of made a mess out of the Planet Hulk thing anyway. They didn't have any real world breaker. It was just standard Hulk.
But it was like, it's kind of like, in the MCU, or whatever, they're, the fans, like diehard Marvel fans that have been Marvel fans for, fucking decades since, we were kids, like us, for example.
Yeah.
They're, they can't fucking make it to the T by the fucking comic because you already know what's going to happen.
Right.
And they also aren't going to make a fucking profit because they have to bend the plot a little bit to, appeal to an entire audience.
They can still have a show that doesn't inject a bunch of garbage.
I agree.
Bending
100%.
a
and
plot
that's why Marvel's dying on the vine right now.
Yeah.
bending a plot and making your own, making it unique from the comics, one thing. Pulling
And
out your
I'm
cock
talking
and
like-
slapping it's another.
And I'm talking like, the shift from the fucking like 90s, early 2000s,
Right.
was fucking good. It wasn't, to the T, exactly like the fucking comic. Like, the first X-Men movie wasn't, the Uncanny X-Men fucking issue number 1. It
Right.
was, because, the popularity of the characters, it very well could have been, dog shit because, an X-Men movie without Wolverine is probably going to suck.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they did, go back in time and did like X-Men First Class without Wolverine as like an X-Man.
And I loved X-Men.
Yeah, he
And it
was
was
in
great.
it for like
Yeah, he had a
30
cameo.
seconds.
Yeah. But like,
This just told them both to fuck off.
Yeah.
but,
Fuck off.
but like, when but like at the time when they did the first X-Men movie, like it wouldn't have been as successful without having Wolverine, without having Storm,
Right.
without having Jean Grey,
You had to have the
Right.
real
the most
real
popular
deal, yeah,
character. Yeah.
You had to have the X-Men in there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
And I love Kelsey Grammer's fucking Beast. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit.
yeah.
That was really fucking good.
Mm-hmm. And Patrick Stewart as Professor X.
Yeah, I thought
to
the
T.
whole ensemble was really good.
Friggin' Ian McKellen is definitely fucking Magneto.
Yeah.
Like, on the spot. But,
God, you got me thinking about Storm now. Storm used to be one of my favorite characters from the
Halle Berry.
Storm was
Halle
good.
Berry is Storm.
She was good.
For sure. Like,
But yeah, now I'm looking at all the fucking the Hulk and
they rebooted the Hulk so many times. I mean,
fucking Spider-Man.
Norton's Hulk was the best.
Mark Ruffalo's the only one though that's really stuck to the contract.
Well, yeah. Well, Norton wanted to be more like the comics,
Yeah.
and that's what their
Well, 'cause-
disagreement was. And they're like, "Fuck it, you're out of
Well,
here."
yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
Norton read the comics and
yeah.
he
Norton was
learned the
was
character.
a comic fan.
Yeah, because I remember when I first got into the Hulk, as a little kid, it was like the Fox Kid animated series, The Incredible Hulk. He was always on the run from like Thunderbolt Ross, General Ross.
Right.
Like the military, the government was always trying to capture him and make him out to be this terrible monster, but in reality he was a superhero.
And that was the reason
He always
why,
did the right thing as the Hulk or Bruce Banner.
That's the reason why Hulk during the first Avengers movie I liked. And Banner, because he was in some random ass fucking village and Shield's had an eye on you for this whole time.
Yeah. And Shield gets belligerent and wrecks the fucking
And they-
village, and then the Hulk has to like protect the people of a village from fucking Shield, collateral damage.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why I like the first event because he was in some random ass village. It was actually like, oh, he knows he's still being hunted.
And in
all
a,
this
and in
other
a
shit.
way,
And
even
after
though
that they just dropped it.
even though they rebooted the character basically because it wasn't Edward Norton, it was still kind of picked up from where the Incredible Hulk left off,
Yeah.
as far as like him hiding, but they still knew like where the fuck he was. They just left him alone.
Well, it's supposed to be the same one.
Well, I
Right.
just never liked the fact that, you know, not Scarlet Witch, Black Widow was able to dial him back.
Yeah, I didn't
You
like
know,
that either.
doing the old,
Yeah.
Hey, big guy.
Well, a lot
hey,
of
big
people,
guy, the lights are out,
yeah,
the butter's getting hot,
a lot of people
the
too.
jello's jiggling.
A lot of people didn't like, you know, how don't like Smart Hulk, like in Endgame and like She-Hulk
Yeah.
and shit. Like
That was a phase, Professor Hulk, yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
I
Well,
don't mind
what-
Professor
that was a
Hulk.
Chick Hearn, by the
Yeah.
way. Fucking
what was
reference.
cool though is they actually had Tim Roth as you know, Abomination in She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was Abomination, Emil Blonsky, and the Incredible.
And I like how they tied it in. We had our problems.
Yeah.
So acknowledging Norton's part of that fucking deal,
Right.
and I wish he still was, because I think he does a far superior
Banner.
Banner.
Yeah, and Banner is
But he
supposed to be
fucking
like
loves
a small, like scrawny, like nerdy scientist.
And that's that's the
And-
one thing about
yeah.
Ed Norton. He was able to do that.
And I think that Hulk
Changed
was
his
way
body
more
weight.
fucking badass than like Ruffalo's Hulk,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Well, at that point,
He
when
looked far better, too.
they I don't know. I guess they had to do something because they couldn't have had World Breaker. And that's who that is, World Breaker in Planet Scar. That's who he was becoming. He got stronger and stronger and stronger. And where the point was, if he was anywhere, he could stomp his foot and level a fucking mountain strength. They couldn't do that because he would have just fucking wiped the floor with Thor.
Oh, yeah.
And he would have fucking just outright fucking destroyed Thanos.
Well, it depends.
That reminds me of that fucking meme I
Oh,
just
yeah,
saw
he would have
recently,
wiped out Thanos.
where it showed like, you know, the Incredible Hulk, Edward Norton's Hulk, and it said if this Hulk was in Infinity War, he would have folded Thanos' purple ass in like a matter of seconds.
Oh, yeah.
And that's that's pretty
Now,
much it.
with Thor, that's the thing, though, is even World War Hulk, if it was Thor that mastered the All-Power, the Odin Force, it would be a different story.
Yeah, see,
But
that's
he-
the whole thing is you gotta embrace the
And
Odin
in the
Force.
comic
Yeah.
too, like World War Hulk, he fucking murked Beta Ray Bill or Beta Ray Bill.
Beta Ray Bill, yeah, just fucking.
Yeah, he fucking flat
Which is
out.
a
I got the
Thor.
whole World
Yeah.
War Hulk fucking in there from
Well,
spread across many a different.
It's just like when he fought fucking Ghost Rider. Johnny Blaze thought he was going to be the, be
The
the
only
badass
one
and
that
stop
would have
him.
taken him down. Well, I wouldn't say the only one. Ghost Rider could have taken him down, but he's like, I don't have
Yeah.
a dog in a fight here.
Well, because
he
it
didn't do
wasn't,
anything wrong.
It wasn't a vent. There was no.
There's nothing to
Well,
venge.
that
but,
reminds me
you
of
know, he wasn't gonna lose.
the whole She-Hulk thing. The magician kept saying fucking Donnie Blaze. I thought he was saying Johnny Blaze. I was like, is that like the new Ghost Rider?
Yeah,
But it
no,
was
it's
Donnie
not
Blaze.
Donnie Blaze.
Yeah.
I thought he said Johnny Blaze.
But I mean, with the She-Hulk, I could take all the episodes currently and make a decent 15 minutes.
I mean, I think it's all right. It's entertaining. Me and Crystal have been watching it. And,
See-
we're enjoying it.
I
It's
mean,
not like,
I'm tired of getting smacked in the face with bullshit. And
I
the
am
week
too.
before
with
last,
wokeness.
the week
Yeah.
before last was her fucking hunting down a suit. The whole fucking episode, getting a suit. And
Well, you could. It's almost like a
Come on,
it's
man.
it's
It's
a
a-
Marvel flick, but it's like a chick flick at the same time.
Right.
It took Daredevil two episodes to get a suit, and he was doing other shit. He was fighting and getting stabbed
Yeah, he was wearing
regularly
like black
throughout
pajamas
the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
with a fucking mask. Yeah.
He's wearing a
Uh,
fucking turtleneck and a fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's
a
blind,
beanie.
so yeah.
or a
But
mask. Yeah.
I love the She-Hulk cartoon. I remember watching that when I was
Oh,
a
yeah.
kid.
Yeah, she
Watch
was
She-Hulk
always in
cartoon all the time.
and she was always in like the Incredible Hulk and the Fantastic Four.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering what Daniel Stearns is going to look like. Is he going to look like the leader, or is he going to look like Daniel Stearns?
It's apparently it says Stearns, doesn't say the leader in the cast.
So that
Daniel Stern. Wait.
he's from the Edward Norton. He was Mr. Green or
Yeah.
Mr. Blue
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because the shit
Yeah.
fell on his fucking
on his head, and he
on
started
his head, and it
changing.
started growing like he was
Like
turning
he was
into the
gonna
leader.
turn into the
right?
leader, yeah.
Right.
That,
right.
and I'd like to see Doc Samson too, which
Should be around at this point.
Yeah, in a show like this, you'd figure you'd have Doc Samson as a shrink for
But now, which version?
superheroes, because they have the superhero lawyer firm. They should have
Yeah.
shrinks for superheroes.
Yeah, but which version of Samson?
The green-haired fucking Doc Samson, the one that was saved by the Hulk.
Yeah.
So
Who would you get to play that though?
I don't know.
You'd have to get someone.
Couldn't have the same guy do it because
No.
he's not big enough for it.
No, he'd have to do have a lot of muscle.
Yeah. Well, no,
Lot of
you have
muscle.
a lot of these guys don't need a lot of fucking muscle. I mean, you can be somewhat big.
Yeah.
And just have him somewhat big and long hair, but have like half the strength of the fucking Hulk, like he did.
So
Yeah.
if and speaking of the Hulk and everything, if so now that Disney officially owns all of the rights to the Fox Marvel characters,
Yeah.
if they really what they could do with like the whole Incredible Hulk thing, Mark Ruffalo's the Hulk, okay, great, so be it. They could fucking bring Wolverine, because Wolverine in the comics first appeared in an Incredible Hulk.
I think that's what they wanted to do with Deadpool. Instead of Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's too easy because he breaks the fourth wall. So
Right.
it's like a given.
But, with that, and they're trying to tie them all in. Which,
And that'd be great. I want to see.
but
I want
yeah,
to see
I'd like
the
to
X-Men.
see
Yeah.
Hulk and Wolverine.
I want to see the X-Men and the Fantastic Four in.
Actually,
the
I'd like to see another classic battle, what a lot of people don't. It's always the Hulk and Wolverine. It was, the Hulk and the Thing.
Yeah.
Because the Hulk would be somewhere in the Thing and come up and fucking punch him.
Yeah.
For no fucking reason. They just
The
go out
Hulk
and brawl.
and what were
Yeah.
some
And
of
then
his
start drinking at the end.
what were like some of his other nemesis that he shared with like the X-Men and shit, like Wendigo, Sasquatch from like Alpha Flight.
But there are a couple that were like, Thing was the Hulk's friend, but he liked the brawl. If you ever
He
read
was,
it, it's like,
he was almost an even kill match.
yeah, well,
Super strength and
Yeah.
big as fuck.
the Hulk had always, he's always stronger but yeah. But it was, the Thing can hold his own. See, that's the kind of shit I like. A lot of people don't, watching these Marvel movies don't know that all this shit happens.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Unless you read the comics
yeah, unless
or
you
watch
read
the
comics.
old, like animated series.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Some are rooted in comics. So,
Mhm.
well, with that being said, it's
But an hour and a half.
been an hour and a half.
Went
It's
by
been
pretty
fun.
quick.
We talked about a lot of shit.
Yeah, we did.
Some people may think it's shit, but that is our metal perspective. That is our perspective. That isn't the metal perspective. I don't know what the consensus is on every fucking
Not
metal.
only are we metalheads, but we're comic nerds.
Yep.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I'm Pete.
I'm an
This
asshole.
is Asshole for the day. Swift Jesus.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Signing out, motherfuckers.